Hello, my name is Shannon Shepherd, and this is my Porter's Five Forces presentation. This is for my business, Beauty for Ashes, and this is for Entrepreneurship Class 1650, taught by Dr. Lockwood. I'd like to start off with an introduction of the products and services that are offered by Beauty for Ashes. As I always state, Beauty for Ashes offers a variety of services. We go past the mediocrity of a discount broker and we form lasting relationships with our client. And forming those lasting relationships with our clients is what's made us successful in offering other services such as mortgage counseling, credit counseling, and down payment assistance information. Beauty for Ashes also offers personal and commercial property sales and property management services. This is the diagram of the Porter's Five Forces. And what is Porter's Five Forces? Well, it is a mechanism that determines the intensity of competition and profitability within an industry. You have your threat of entry, the bargaining power of the supplier, threat of substitute, the bargaining power of the buyer, and then all in the center of it all, you have industry rival, which can be likened to competitive rivalry. As I go through my presentation, I will rate each category to a strength level as we go through. So I'll start with the threat of new entrants. And in Beauty for Ashes, we'll be looking at the real estate part of it as far as selling real estate, and we deem the threat of new entries to be pretty weak because of the financials, first of all, that it requires to maintain your real estate license and to stay in the business. So you have your board dues, you have broker firm fees that you have. Also, you have to have a knowledge of real estate law to be effective. This is an area of real estate, as most of you all know, is heavily regulated. You do have to do a pre-licensing and post-licensing education, and you also have to take a state exam here in North Carolina. The education is not easy. I took the state exam a few times before I was able to pass it, back when I had to do that, and I'm very happy that I'll never have to take that test again. But that can be very difficult to allow people to enter into the industry. So I would deem the threat of new entrants to be pretty weak. Now we're going to move on to the bargaining power of the supplier. Well, the supplier, so when you think about that, you do have your discount brokers out there that will go out and put a sign in the yard for about $500, or just really discount their services but not be very effective. So competing with someone with that lack of integrity sometimes causes issues. Advertisement companies, to be effective in the real estate market, you do have to have a mechanism of advertising. Advertising is big. It creates a presence for you in the marketplace, and these companies that are advertising for real estate companies charge a lot, and they have a lot of notoriety within the industry, and sometimes they can have a monopoly on the business. Multiple listing agency, you can't get around being a part of the listing agent if you want to be successful, and the prices and the dues for that are pretty expensive. So I would deem the bargaining power of the supplier to be very strong. Bargaining power of the buyer, here I state that it is really dependent on the market, whether it be a buyer's market or a seller's market, what kind of market we're in. Currently, I'm going to deem it strong, the bargaining power of the buyer. Why? Because the number of homes currently on the market, the average price of homes on the market, when the average price on the market is conducive to the buyer who wants to buy a home, then it makes the bargaining power of the buyer much higher. It also depends on, like I said previously, the number of homes on the market. If there's a lot of homes on the market versus if there's very few homes on the market. If there's a small number of homes homes on the market, then the buyer normally doesn't have very much power because of the limited supply, then they are limited to their power to bargain. Number of eligible buyers. If there's a lot of buyers saturating the market again, there could be a lot of negotiations. If there are very few buyers, those buyers, because they're few, they have the upper hand to usually close the deal. Buyers can switch to another agent if they're not in a contractual agreement. You find very seldom that a real estate agent will go out and show property or begin a relationship with a client without having some sort of contractual agreement. And some do, but I am one who does not. Real estate agents from other companies is very high. There's a lot of real estate companies out in the marketplace, in the community. The market is almost saturated. So there again, I would say that the bargaining power of the buyer is strong. Threat of substitute services. Because there is, again, a large number of real estate companies within the marketplace, again, I would deem the threat of substitute services to be very strong. They're both high-performing and low-performing substitute. Again, you have those discount brokers who will discount their services and kind of like give you a menu for what you might want to do, and you pay a low price for those things. But there's not a lot of commitment there, and there's not a lot of integrity in those deals. Cost of changing depends on if there's a contractual agreement again. Most real estate agents, again, will not deal with clients without some sort of contractual agreement. So the threat of substitute services, I would say, is strong. And then we get to competitive rivalry. And in the real estate market, it is very strong. There's a large number of competitors. The cost to leave the industry depends on your performance. If you are a high-performing real estate agent, the cost of you leaving the company is going to be great. If you are a person who are closing multiple deals within a week or monthly, you're closing deals, then to leave the industry would be very, very difficult for you. However, on the flip side, if you're not closing many deals or you don't have a relationship with many customers and you haven't built your client relationships yet, leaving the industry might be easy for you. It just depends on how effective you are in the business of real estate. Real estate is a growing industry. New real estate companies, new real estate agents are coming on the market daily. So customer loyalty is high amongst reputable companies. In real estate, you must build a solid reputation. You must be known for a person who works with integrity and honesty. And when you have good character and reputation within the real estate arena, then you are very effective and you are a high-performing real estate agent within the industry. So I would say that competitive rivalry is very strong within the real estate market. Thank you for listening again to my presentation on Porter's 5 Forces. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment on my post. And thank you again for listening. And my business is Beauty for Ashes.